Welcome, Yogi. A very Merry Christmas and an advance Happy New Year. Welcome to my channel and welcome to today's class. My name is Teacher Aya, and I thank you for being here with me today. It has really been a while since I have posted class sequences on YouTube because, well, life happens, we get busy, and it's just the way it is. But I'm really excited to give you this flow today. This will be the last class of the year 2021. And today's class is a very special one. We will stay low. It will be a slow and grounding flow so we can just let go of the past year, whether it has been a challenging year for you or whether you have achieved a lot of your goals, your success through this year, whatever it may be. Please come and join me and let us just be grateful and be thankful for whatever we have received and stay open to receiving all the blessings, all the gifts from the universe. So whenever you're ready, this will just be a short practice. Come and meet me in a seated position on your mat. Come meet me in a seated position on your mat. You can take your hands on top of your knees or your thighs. Relax the shoulders. Take a moment here to just feel the breath. You may take one hand in front of your belly, closing your eyes if you are comfortable with that. And as you sit here comfortably, see if you can start to relax your shoulders, feeling the belly rise and fall. Taking a moment to just reflect on the past year. How do you feel right now coming onto your mat? Whatever you have gone through the past months of this year, thank yourself for showing up, for doing your best, and for believing in yourself. Thanking all the moments, good or bad, in the past year, as it has helped you become who you are and has helped you get to where you are today. So with that, we will seal our gratitude with one big breath in through the nose. As you exhale, open the mouth, sigh it out. Open your eyes. I will just start with a quick twist. So go ahead and reach the arms up. And then face towards the right side slightly. Take your left hand in front of on top of your right knee rather. Right hand behind you. And just a gentle twist, gazing over the right side, opening up the shoulders. Sitting up tall here, feeling the stretch along the back. And then slowly come back to center. Again, reach the arms up. We'll go to the opposite side. Right hand on the left knee, left hand behind you. And just again, open the shoulders, taking the right shoulder to the front, left shoulder to the back. Keeping your Seat as tall as you can. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Very nice. Slowly release. Reach the arms up. And then as you exhale, we'll come into a forward fold to the front, keeping your seat as it is, noticing as you fold if your hips or your bum lifts up. If it does, see if you can press it down. There's no need to go further down, but see where you are comfortable with. For my flexible friends, you might even be able to bend the elbows, maybe take the forearms close to the mat, but know that it is not necessary, especially if the body isn't ready yet. Keep pressing the hips and the bum down. 1 more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Walk your hands back, sitting up, and then we'll transition into tabletop. So take your hands and your knees on your mat. Tabletop position will warm up the spine. So you can tuck or untuck your toes. As you inhale, lift the chest, lift the tailbone, arch the spine. Exhale, reversing the position, draw the belly in, rounding the back, tucking your chin to the chest. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, arch the spine, gaze up. Exhale, rounding your back, belly in, tuck your chin. 1 more. Inhale, arch the spine, cow pose. Exhale, round the back, cat pose. And then after your third one, come back through center, finding neutral. Now we'll just stretch out the shoulders. So take the right hand right in front of your face. Reach the left arm up. So you're opening up once more to the left side. Open the shoulders, open the chest. Maybe slightly gaze up. And then as you exhale, we'll thread that left arm underneath the right, reaching over the opposite side. Maybe the left shoulder lands. Maybe the side of your head lands as well. If not, you can even take a pillow or a block underneath your head for support. So just taking a moment, feeling out the sensations around the left shoulder. You're always welcome to close your eyes. I find that it gives us focus, or we are able to focus internally in what our muscles, what our body is feeling if we do close our eyes. Last breath here, inhale and exhale. So press into that right hand so you can bring yourself back into tabletop. Now the left hand goes in front of your face. Reach the right arm up, open up. So you can reach up to your fingers a little bit more. Then as you exhale, thread the needle, right arm underneath, reaching over and down. Right shoulder lands, and maybe the side of your head lands as well. And just walking your left hand beside your face. I forgot to say this on the first side, but keeping your hips above the knees is very important so you can keep your balance and hold the pose a bit more stable. 1 more breath here. Pressing through that left hand. Slowly take yourself back into tabletop. So keeping this position, especially through the lower body, now we will explore puppy pose. So really important to keep the hips above the knees. All we will move are the hands. So walk your hands right in front of you. I usually like setting my hands as wide as your mat, as wide as my mat. And then as you do that, extend the arms forward. Start to lower down through the chest. And just stay here halfway. You'll already feel a stretch through the upper back, most especially through the shoulders. If there is more space available, maybe the forearms land and then the forehead lands softly on your mat. Finding your puppy pose. Super, super great pose to open up the shoulders. We have always been hunched using our phones, using our computers, at work or even at rest. So it's really important to give time and give our shoulders stretch and space and openness. As you find your depth, feel the chest coming closer down to the mat. Again, the hips still stay above the knees. Drawing the belly in slightly so you're not collapsing all your weight onto your arms and your head. We'll take one more inhale and exhale. As you lift the forehead, press into your palms and then walk yourself back. Whew, I hope that felt great for you. It certainly did for me. Take your hands on your hips as you just stand up on your knees. All right, so we'll inhale again, reach the arms up. Now this time take the palms together and stretch all the way up towards the sky. Keep stretching through the sides of your waist. Stretch out and up. And then now take the hands, or take the thumbs rather, behind the back of your head, pointing the elbows up towards the ceiling. Try to lean your head back so that you feel some stretch across, still through the triceps and the back of the shoulders. Leaning your head back, noticing where you're feeling the sensations. One more breath here, enjoying the stretch. And then release the hands, taking them down through the hips once again. Now we'll start with a nice little sequence here. Take your right foot onto the mat. Take both hands on top of your right knee and then just gaze forward. If you want, you can even move forward and back, just flossing through the hips, opening through the left front hip, and also stretching out this right hamstring, the underside of the right leg. Good, and from here, bending the right leg again. Take both hands right in front of your chest. Inhale. As you exhale, take the left elbow outside of the right knee, or it can also be on top. Twisting here, keep the palms together. See if we can lean back slightly and gaze back. Gazing to the side also works, depending on where your balance is most comfortable. Opening the chest, opening the shoulder. You have 2 more breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale. And exhale. Gently look down. We'll release the hands down onto the mat, framing the right foot. Now we'll come into half split or Arda Hanuman Asana. Take your hips back slightly so that the hips are over the left knee here, and then straighten out the right leg, pointing the right toes up. For some of you who might feel tight, an easier option is to come to your finger pads or keep a soft bend on your right knee. Take a full breath here. Inhale, keep the chest broad. Exhale, see if you can come down a little bit lower. If you are not used to practicing yoga regularly, sometimes the muscles may feel unfamiliar. Like you feel the sensations, but you don't know where they are. So just take a moment. Usually it helps for me to just glide my hands over the muscles, see where they feel the sensations. And that's actually what I love about yoga. It helps us know our body more. So, the muscles that sometimes you didn't know existed, yoga is usually very helpful for body awareness. All right, so let's get out of our half split. Lift the chest, bend your knee, right foot down. Take your hands on your mat and we'll step back to downward facing dog. So downward facing dog is like a letter V, but inverted. So taking the hands and the feet onto the mat. It doesn't have to be a perfect V. So regardless of if it's straight or not, feel it out. I want you to feel that the weight is balanced with your hands and with your feet. Noticing the hands, checking if they are as wide as the shoulders. If not, adjust. The feet as wide as the hips, and you're gazing back. Take 2 breaths here in this full body stretch. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Right, then we'll come down to our knees once again. So we can move on to the other side. Step the left foot in front of you. Come up to the left knee. Take a moment. Set yourself upright. Breathing here. Again, you might want to floss back and forth, only if it feels good. Usually I even add a bit of knee rotation here to help my hip as well. But just be careful, just being easy and soft with the movements. And then start to find stillness. Take your hands right in front of your chest. Finding your twist, right elbow goes outside of the left knee, twisting as you open the shoulders. So the right elbow presses against the left knee, and that action of pushing actually helps your chest and your shoulders open through the twist. Let's take one more full breath in and a breath out. Slowly look down first, release your twist, and take both hands down. So coming into your half split again, hips back. Notice that my right hip is over my right knee. And then I straighten out my left leg just as much as I can. Left toes are up. Inhale. Exhale, fold. So this is actually my tighter side. So notice that I am bending my left knee. In your half split, again, just feeling out the muscles. If you want to do a little massage, if you want to feel them out. Just enjoying the sensations here. Last breath, inhale. And exhale. We'll step back into downward facing dog. Left foot steps back, coming into your upside down letter V. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. From your downward facing dog, look forward. This time, step the right foot in between your hands, and then keep that back knee lifted. So earlier we did low lunge, but this time we'll keep the back knee off of the mat. Come up on your right knee, and then help yourself upright. Now reach both arms up towards the sky. Find your balance here, gazing forward. Now take the right hand onto your left hip, and then just stretch your left arm up and over to the right side. Beautiful side stretch. If this is a challenging posture for you, and then you're feeling like, oh, I'm feeling so wobbly, I think I'm gonna fall, you can modify and use the low lunge instead. So dropping your back knee down. Regardless of wherever you are, just enjoying this side stretch. And then gently come back, reach both arms up once again. And then lower them down, framing your right foot. Step back to downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. Left foot steps forward in between your hands, making sure that the back heel is up, back knee stays up. Both hands on your left knee, slowly taking yourself upright. Balance is strong, legs are strong, reach the arms up. Left hand goes on your right hip, right arm reaches over, side bend. Keep pressing down through that front foot. Your balance is strong. Trust yourself. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center, arms reach. And then downward facing dog. And from your downward facing dog, you'll look forward, step the right foot again, this time outside of your right hand. And then you lower the left knee down on your mat, untuck your back toes. We call this lizard pose. This is a super, super good hip stretch. If you are feeling a lot of sensations here already, this is the perfect place for you to stay. If you want to explore a bit more, options here are lowering the forearms down onto your mat. Or if you want to add a chest stretch or a shoulder stretch as well, take your right hand on top of your right knee, open through the shoulders. Option 2. Option 3, bend your left knee, reach your right hand back, and then hold on to the top of your foot. This stretch gives you an additional spaciousness, openness through the front left hip. Gently release your foot if you did that option. Both hands onto your mat. And we'll just step back into a child's pose. Both knees down, sitting back onto your heels. Take a moment here. Release. Resting your forehead and the hands lightly on your mat. Softening through the shoulders, through the arms, through the hips. Good, now lift the forehead. Take your hands back on your mat. We'll find downward facing dog. Lifting the hips, pressing the feet onto your mat. Straight onto the other side. Look forward. Left foot steps forward outside of your left hand. Lower the right knee down. Lizard pose, other side. Again, options. Stay up on your hands or come down to your forearms, or twisting with the left hand simply on the left knee as you help yourself to open. Or that last option, reaching that left hand back, bending that back foot, and then holding it here. Lots of different options, but all of them give you a good stretch. Doesn't matter where you are as long as you are enjoying it. Last breath, inhale. Exhale. Let's come back into our original position. Swing the left knee back. Another child's pose. And as we stay here in child's pose a few more moments, I'd like to offer you a question that you may or may not answer at this time. Just thinking about what you are grateful for this year. Maybe one thing, maybe several things. But what are you grateful for? Walk your hands back. Again, we'll stand up on our knees. Same thing. Take your hands in front of your chest and we'll stretch up. Stretch up, stretch up, stretch up. Lift the heart. Extend the hands up. Exhale. Take your hands towards the heart. Now we will find Camel Pose. This may be a very deep back bend, especially for some of you who may be new to yoga. So just listen to the modifications and you may always try the other more advanced modifications eventually as you progress through this sequence or through your practice. So standing up on your knees, I usually teach with the heels lifted up. So tuck your toes, take your hands behind your hips. So just explore what works, fingers down or fingers up. Clip the elbows in so they're pointing slightly towards the back, and then zip the belly in. So imagine that you have your pants, you button it and you zip it in. So zipping it in, pubic bone pointing up towards the belly, core is tight, leaning back. So slightly leaning back as you take your hands to help your hips to come forward. And then you'll slightly lift the chest, gaze slightly up as you lift the chin. And then exhale, come back to your knees. All right, pretty easy. We will be doing one more round. I will be showing another modification, which is the full camel pose. But you may always do the first option, especially if you are starting out. So again, elbows clipping in, hands behind you, core is tight, zipping the pubic bone up towards the belly. Lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift the heart, push the hips forward, lean back. Lean back. Option to drop the head. If you are comfortable here, try reaching the right hand onto the right heel. Left hand reaches for the left heel. Keep pushing the hips forward. Keep lifting the heart and breathe. You won't have to stay long. To come out of the pose, take one hand on your back, take the other hand on your back, and then lift yourself back up. There we go. Point your toes back, sit on your heels. Take a moment, hands on your thighs, and just breathe. For sure, there are a lot of sensations going through your spine, your back. Maybe a lot of things going through your head. But just assure yourself, I am safe. I did a good job. There's room to try out the pose, maybe even the advanced pose eventually. Maybe as you take this class once again, you might be feeling ready to try out something new. All right, so open your eyes, shift your hips to one side, and then extend your legs to the front. We're coming down to our backs. Help yourself to lie down. And then hug your knees in towards the chest. Softly rock from side to side, massaging the back and the spine. Should feel nice after that back bend. Now come back to center. Press both feet down onto the mat. And take the right ankle on top of the left knee, making a figure 4 position with the legs. And then thread your arms underneath that space through your legs, holding on to the back of your right thigh. So coming into a figure 4, pulling that right knee in close towards your chest. And just that action of pulling, you'll feel that stretch across the left hip. Maybe a lot, maybe some, maybe even none. But what we're targeting is around the left glute, the hip. Again, super, super good stretch since we are always seated, lying down. And actually, even if you are running or working out, that glute, the butt muscle, is always working. So, giving it a good stretch. Good. Now, slowly release. Now hug the left knee into your chest. Slowly extend the right leg down towards the mat. Go ahead and straighten out your left leg like so, interlacing your fingers behind your left leg. You can point or flex your foot, whatever you feel comfortable with, or just relaxing it out. No worries. So we're stretching out the left hamstring, the underside of the left leg. See if you can pull the left leg in closer to you, or just staying here, feeling out the sensations. If you are more the flexible side, you may even choose to take your peace fingers around your left big toe and then stretching it that way. Just make sure that the shoulders are relaxed. And then wherever you are, bending that left knee again. And this time we'll take it into a twist. So left knee goes over the right side with the help of your right hand. Twisting it out here. And then left hand just resting it alongside your mat. What I love about twists is that they're both relaxing and can be also energizing at the same time. But regardless, you will always feel super refreshed after twists, because they have this way of wringing out the muscles, what they say, the toxins out of your system as you compress and then release through the twist. So let's do the opposite side. Come back to center. Bending both knees again to start. Feet on the mat. This time right ankle on top of the left knee, figure 4. Interlacing your fingers behind your left leg and then holding it and pulling it in close to your chest. Reclined pigeon. Breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your nose. And in these slow moments where we just wind down, where we hold the postures a bit longer, noticing what comes up in your head. Are there already thoughts of, oh, what am I going to do next after I take this class? Or what am I going to eat tonight? All these thoughts sometimes come up unconsciously. So just noticing where and when they come up. See if you can just set them aside and just tell yourself, I'll deal with you later. If there is one or few thoughts that you may have tonight, again, that question of what am I grateful for? Or perhaps what can I be more grateful for? Taking the left foot down onto your mat, releasing that pose. Hug the right knee into your chest. Extend the left leg down onto the mat. Straighten out the right leg up towards the sky. Option to interlace your fingers behind your right knee and just pulling it slightly close to the chest. Option also here to take your peace fingers, hold on to your right big toe. Breathing in through the sensations. Slowly release your toe. If you have it, bend your right knee. And then we'll take this into a twist. So right knee across your body. You might want to bump your hips to the center so that they are both stacked. And then right knee towards the floor. Note that the right knee, the twisted leg, will not necessarily have to touch the mat. So it's really up to you, and it really depends on how open your hips are and how your body is. But know that it is not absolutely necessary. Gently take your right knee back to center. Settle both feet on the mat once again, and we'll give ourselves one big hug. Lift the knees up towards the chest, hugging yourself here. And again, just thanking yourself for surviving and thriving through this year. Thanking yourself for showing up, not just today, but in your day-to-day. We will slowly roll over to one side and then just help yourself to come up back into a seat, the same pose we started with earlier. Close your eyes, take your hands in front of your heart, noticing the beating of your heart, noticing the breath, the spaciousness, the softness, and noticing the mind may be peaceful and a bit calmer after class. May we always have an attitude of gratitude. May we always be open to receiving blessings from the universe. I thank you so much for joining me in this class. Feel free to check out other classes here on this channel, and I hope you can attend one of my live classes soon. Namaste, Yogi. The light in me bows down to the light in you.